My name's Sabrina, 25 years old and recently engaged. My fiancé works for a company in the same industry as mine, and we met through work. I believe we have a good relationship, both professionally and personally. We have only been dating for a year, but I have high hopes for our future married life. I'm aware that I am in love with him. I was so happy when he proposed to me that I cried. Our engagement was finalized, wedding talks progressed, and the meeting between our two families was over. We were solemnly preparing for the wedding. Just as we were getting ready for the wedding, I received a surprising call from a junior colleague. This junior colleague, Mia, had been my junior in my university, and later followed me to work at the same company. To be honest, I adored her a lot. We were in the same university department and in the same club, so I often gave her all kinds of advice. But there was one thing that bothered me about her. She had a bad habit of wanting things that belonged to others.
Good work, Sabrina. You left work awful early today, didn't you? Are you going on a date today?
Thanks for your help, Mia. I have a wedding the week after next, and I have a meeting at the wedding hall today.
I see. So it's already a wedding. Does that mean it's already been 4 months since you told me you were getting married? Wow, isn't time moving too fast?
Yeah, it all happened so fast.
Well, 4 months was enough.
Enough? What are you talking about?
Huh. Enough time to steal away Sabrina's fiancé.
What? What do you mean?
Sabrina, Sean is not going to the hall today. I think it's about time you get a call to tell you that your wedding has been canceled.
I just got a WhatsApp message from him saying that he can't come to the meeting because of an urgent matter.
That urgent matter is a date with me.
What? What are you talking about?
Sabrina, haven't you noticed that you're being cheated on? Or are you just trying to get away from the reality?
Wait a minute. What do you mean he's cheating on me?
When I heard you were getting married, I wondered what kind of fiancé he was. I followed you to check on him. I was surprised to find out that he was from Company M, and that he was the man I see at work all the time. I had just taken over the M Company project from you, right? So I thought we should get to know each other a little better. And then we got to know each other a little too much.
Do you even know what you're talking about?
Of course I know.
What do you want by telling me this 2 weeks before the wedding? What on earth do you want?
I want you to break off your engagement to Sean.
Break off the engagement?
I'm the one who's going to marry him, so you should step down gracefully, Sabrina.
Wait a minute. I can't do that. Don't be silly. I doubt that your relationship with Sean is real in the first place. I mean, I don't want to believe it.
I know you don't want to believe it. Then shall I send you a picture of today's date, or would you like me to send you a picture of the trip he went on, lying to you that he said he was on business? Or a screenshot of my WhatsApp with Sean? If you want, I can record our date today. I can send you the audio of it if you want. Which one do you want?
What are you thinking?
I have a habit of wanting things that belong to others. All my ex-boyfriends were the ones I stole from others. But I thought it's time for me to stop that kind of thing. I thought I wanted to settle down. But isn't it hard to tell a good guy from a bad one? Guys you meet at bars are usually flirts.
Ever since you were in school, I've noticed that you've been dating someone's boyfriend.
I've also had my sights set on your boyfriend too, you know? You know, like the guy you dated in university? But your boyfriend was too sophisticated and serious? I remember being so angry because he wasn't interested in me at all. I didn't have time to spend on a guy who wasn't interested in me.
Sure, the guy I dated in school was a serious guy, but...
So I've always wanted to get your boyfriend someday. I followed you all the way here from the same workplace.
That's why?
Then when you went out with an easy guy this time, so I took him away from you.
Easy?
I stole your boyfriend. And I thought that would be the last time I would ever steal someone's boyfriend. This is what I've always wanted. I'm going to marry him.
Marriage?
I just joined the same company as you for the purpose of stealing your boyfriend. I honestly don't have any lingering feelings for the company. I don't want to work in the first place. So I'm going to leave the company and become a housewife. I'm really glad that I believed in you and followed you. Thanks to you, I'm getting married to a full-time employee of the biggest company in this industry.
He tells me to trust him and follow him.
Your boyfriends used to have really high potential. I always thought if I took your boyfriend, I wouldn't have to go out of my way to find a good guy over here.
You've been talking about your love life a lot. And you've been asking me to see if I had a boyfriend?
Yes, I was always checking to see if you had a boyfriend so that I could act on it right away. But you didn't tell me until you were engaged. I was in a big hurry. That's why it's happening right now, you know. It's partly your fault that you lost him right before the wedding. Well, I guess you'll just have to give up and accept that you got what you deserved.
Deserved? Of course not.
Well, I've told you what I have to. Now it's up to the two of you to talk about breaking off the engagement.
Wait a second, Mia. Mia, I never thought I would be betrayed by a junior whom I adored and a boyfriend whom I loved enough to decide to get married. I had no doubt that a happy marriage was waiting for me. I questioned him, and he really admitted to cheating on me. So I broke off the engagement. Of course, I canceled the wedding. I only asked for compensation for breaking off the engagement and the cost of canceling the wedding. It didn't seem to be much of a damage to the two of them. They paid it easily, and Mia got married and resigned. I left the company after a while and decided to start a new path. I tried not to worry about how the two of us were spending our time after that. I was just living my life to the fullest when I happened to run into Mia again. It turned out that Mia had been hired as a temporary worker at the company where I worked. We were going to work at the same company again.
4 years later. I didn't expect to see you here, Sabrina. I'm really surprised. Nice to see you again, Sabrina.
Your last name's not your maiden name. And not Sean's either.
Oh, you noticed. Actually, I broke up with Sean about 6 months after that.
Huh?
Well, I found someone better than Sean. I wanted to marry him instead, so I dumped him. I worked so hard to get him from you, Sabrina. I'm sorry I dumped him so easily.
You dumped him?
I told him that he could go back to you. Didn't he call you?
I don't know. I blocked his number right after that.
Oh, I see.
Did you take your husband away from another girl?
You understand very well, don't you? That's right. This time it was a lot of work. Because the girl was so obsessed with him. But that's the kind of thing that burns me up. It was kind of fun.
Well, but you're married. That means you're already settled with that husband.
That's what I thought.
You don't mean... again?
The head of the sales department of this company is young, isn't he? I hear he's only 32 years old. Isn't that great? He's insanely good at his job. And his suit looks expensive. He's handsome, but he has a ring on his left hand. Well, to be honest, for me, the ring on his left hand is a point of attraction. I'm looking forward to it. I asked him about it, and he said he was engaged. I thought that I might have a chance if it was before he got married. I'm now hitting on him hard.
You were sent here as a temporary worker, right? Are you trying to cause problems in the company?
Private life has nothing to do with the company, right? By the way, it seems like you still don't have a ring on your left hand. Are you still hung up on what happened 4 years ago? I'm sorry.
It's not like that. I've been so busy with work these 4 years have passed in the blink of an eye.
You're almost 30 years old, and you're still single. Sabrina, you're too late to get married.
Mia, I'm not hung up with my feelings from 4 years ago. I have no lingering feelings. But I haven't forgotten about it either. We work in the same company, and if we need to communicate with each other for business purposes, we will. But I don't intend to have anything to do with you other than the bare minimum. Please refrain from WhatsApping me like this from now on.
Okay. Yeah, but I want you to give me advice, okay?
Advice?
I'm aiming for a full-time job. Didn't you say you hate working? And you're going to be a housewife? I'd rather have a full-time job than a temporary one. I can get closer to the sales department manager.
Is that why?
Besides, someone somewhere has been charging me a lot of money for compensation and wedding cancellation cost 4 years ago. I lost all of my savings. I haven't been able to save any money since then. My current husband's income is not bad, but it's just normal. I can't save money secretly. So I want to get a full-time job soon and get my next bonus.
Then all I can say is take your job seriously and good luck. And don't dream of stealing anything.
Any other advice?
Work hard.
I heard that.
Sorry, but I still have work to do. I'm going to ignore any unnecessary communication from now on. It seemed like Mia didn't change at all after 4 years. She never seemed to settle down even though she was married. After that, she kept contacting me about every little thing. I ignored her about non-work matters, but she was not discouraged and talked about the head of sales department every day. Fortunately, we rarely saw each other in the office, so I never got involved with her at work.
A month later. Sabrina, is it true that there will be a company trip?
Yes, but it's impossible for all of us to go together. We're going in several groups.
Is it true that you will decide the groups?
Yes.
Then put me in the same group as the manager of the sales department. A trip is a rare opportunity. There's no way I won't make the most of it. I'll make him fall in love with me, with my charm.
Sorry, but you're in a different group, Mia.
Why is that? No way. Are you still holding a grudge because of what happened 4 years ago? Is it a harassment of a woman just before 30?
No.
Sabrina, you've been single so long that you've developed a terrible personality, haven't you? How old are you now? It's just too pathetic that you're almost 30 and still single. I tell the CEO to hire the single old lady.
I'm the CEO. What do you want?
What? The CEO?
I'm the CEO of this company.
But it was a guy that I met at the CEO's interview.
That's my business partner. Did you come here without doing any research on the company you work for? This company is co-owned by me and my business partner. I was traveling overseas at the time of the interview, so I asked him to help me. Didn't he explain to you that there's another CEO?
I see. I was looking for a handsome guy. I wasn't paying attention at all.
I'm appalled. I'm the president of the company, so I assign the groups based on work schedules and how things are going.
You're really the CEO? I can't believe it.
After you guys betrayed me, I've been working hard to recover from the shock.
If you're the CEO, please be nice to your lovely junior when assigning groups.
I wouldn't put you in the same group as a person of your target when you're willing to cause problems. Besides, you're not a lovely junior to begin with.
I just want to fall in love.
Look, it may be a game to you, people, it's important. It's your choice to only like people with partners, but it's not a good idea to break up all kinds of relationships.
It's their fault if their relationship is destroyed. It's their fault to be deprived. Sabrina, please. I want to get to know the head of the sales department.
You want to take him away from his fiancée?
Yes.
Then I don't want to even more.
Why not?
Because I'm his fiancée.
You're the sales manager's fiancé?
Well, he'll never get attracted to you, even if heaven and earth were turned upside down. He really hates cheating or anything twisted like that. But I don't want him to go through any trouble. I don't want him to worry. I'm going to use all the power I have as a CEO to separate you from him.
That's abuse of power, isn't it? It's arrogant.
I'm just trying to manage the risk so as not to disrupt the company culture.
How can you be engaged to such a handsome man, Sabrina?
Oh, don't you remember?
Remember what?
All this time you've been calling him the head of the sales department. I wondered if you really don't remember him. I guess you've completely forgotten about him.
What are you talking about?
He's my ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend?
He's the guy I dated in university. He's the one you said, the serious guy with high potential.
But you broke up with him, didn't you?
He graduated and went overseas to work for a company right away. I was still a university student, and he was working abroad. We broke up because our life cycles and time schedules didn't match. When I started this company, he was one of the applicants for employees. He's skilled and young, but now he's in charge of our sales department.
The handsome man in the fine suit. Is that serious guy? That serious guy who had no taste in fashion at university. That serious guy whose only potentials were being good at studies and the number of job offers he got.
He was a serious senior when you were a freshman. That's why you only know that about him. He was a very serious but very social person. He had a lot of friends. He has a lot of good qualities.
You don't need to tell me how much you're in love with him.
He knows about you. He knows about all the relationships you had in college. He knows about 4 years ago. I told him, so he knows everything. Let's face it, he's already gotten a very bad impression of you.
What?
He hates crookedness to begin with. I'm pretty sure that you can never make him fall for you.
Well, then I want you to give me back my time that I spent trying to get a full-time job. It was a waste of time.
I can't give you back your time. I can't give you your time back, but I can give you back to the temp agency. Shall I do that?
What?
I talked to the temp agencies you're registered with. I've heard that you've been banned from some of the other agencies. I can just about guess what the trouble is. You came to us with a promise that if you were let go this time, you'd never sign up for the temp job. And here you are.
Wait a minute. You're not going to cut me off, are you?
I'm the CEO, so I have the authority to do that.
I'm telling you I don't have any savings. I can't have you cut me off now. I can't be a housewife either.
You can't be a housewife? Why not?
I'm separated from my husband.
Separated?
I had an affair with a man with a wife and kids and my last assignment, and he found out about it. I'm currently separated. We're talking divorce, so I've got to get another man and get married and move on. If I don't do that, my ship will sink.
Oh my God!
If we get divorced, he'll ask me to pay him compensation again, and I just gave his wife what little money I had. I can't do it anymore.
You've gone that far, and you still haven't learned your lesson?
This time I'm going to get a handsome rich guy, I thought. And now...
You were wrong.
I didn't think that the sales manager was your fiancé, you know. And I wouldn't have imagined he was a senior at our university. I mean, please, Sabrina. You wouldn't let your pretty junior employee quit, would you?
You're only here for a certain amount of time, so you'd better do what's in the best interest of the company. I told you, didn't I? Keep up the good work. But if you disrupt the company's morals, or I think you're not good for the company, I am always ready to fire you. Keep that in mind.
Oh no, I'll do my best. I'll do my best at work, so please don't cut me off.
Then from now on, when you need me, please go through my secretary. I'm your employer, and you are a temporary employee.
Understood. I'm really sorry about what happened 4 years ago. I apologize, so please forgive me.
Later. Then she stopped contacting me. Apparently, she is taking her job more seriously than ever. I successfully married my fiancé, and everything is going well. Mia, on the other hand, went through a separation and eventually got divorced. I hear that she has started a second job to pay her compensation. I'm keeping my eye on her, so she's been quiet so far.